very busy.
Yeah.
What a night and what a day.
Katie was spectacular.
So, I hate to say I told you so, but number one, I told you so. My man Kawhi ain't playing. I told you yesterday, he just won't play. He tweaked his knee. He just doesn't go. He says, I'm sorry, I'm out, which means I'm out on the Clippers. That's number one. And I'm not even going to mention that I won 3 more cases of Diet Dew off the Nets last night.
Get him off Giannis. Take him from Giannis, go pay mine.
He should. He owes you for that one. He owes the world for that one.
Yes, that was some bull, Giannis.
The reason we are so riled up because we have so much breaking news this morning. What we're talking about, guys, Chris Paul is entering COVID protocol. Wow. Kawhi is out. He is officially out for Game 5 tonight. We will get into everything, of course, later. But yesterday, we talked about KD. All eyes would be on Kevin Durant, and he delivered. Durant had arguably the game of his life last night as the Nets beat the Bucks 114-108. Brooklyn had fallen behind by 17 points, but KD put the team on his shoulders and finished with 49 points, 17 assists and 17 rebounds and 10 assists while playing all 48 minutes, guys. The performance got everyone talking on social media last night, including Skip, who tweeted this. Kevin Durant just proved once and for all he's the best player on the planet. Nothing like him, including the phony GOAT. I cannot wait for tomorrow's Undisputed. And yes, Undisputed is here.
It's now.
We will get to you, Shannon.
Yes.
We are here. Do you finally agree KD is the best player on the planet?
Why you got to bring you-know-who into it? He minded his business.
Where is you-know-who? Whatever happened to LeBron James?
You always tried to include him. Skip, look, I won't deny it was the greatest performance I've ever seen from Kevin Durant. He was sensational, given what they had asked. And you and I had been talking about it for a day and a half. Skip, they're going to need 30 to 40. I said they're going to need 30 to 40. They're going to need about 13 rebounds. And they say, KD, why can you give us 8 to 12 assists? He did it. He did everything and he was so efficient in doing it. Skip, he didn't shoot 30 times. I thought he'll need at least 30 shots to get that.
I agreed.
Efficient, 23. But to answer Jenny's question.
Wait, say that again. 49 points on 23 shots. Go ahead.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
He was spectacular, but it's one game. And Skip, he's going to have to finish it off now because he's given us a taste of what he can do when asked to do the things he's never been asked to do before. He was never asked to do that in Golden State. He was never asked to do that in OKC. He hasn't been asked to do that. Now James Harden's on one leg. We'll talk about Bud's game plan not to attack James Harden. We'll talk about that later. No Kyrie with an ankle. We don't know if Kyrie's going to be back Game 6, Game 7. He may be out for this series. But for KD to do what he did, Skip, that was something special. And I told him, I said, do not let him play one-on-one. Because if you let him get a rhythm, Skip, I don't care who you throw at him, it's over for you. That's with any great offensive player. Do not let him get a rhythm. Again, I'm going to say no, he isn't, Skip, because he's going to have to finish. I'm not going to base it on one game. Because since, Skip, I saw in Game 3, he go 11 of 28. I saw in Game 4, he go 9 of 25. I saw that.
He was he was overmatched against P.J. Tucker in Games 3 and 4. They had his number.
You know what happened?
Whew.
He fooled him. He baited him. He said, now what they're going to do is they're going to leave P.J. Tucker on me again. They're going to go one-on-one because they think P.J. Tucker can actually guard me. They played into his hands, Skip. And I told you this. I said this on Sunday. I say, Bucks, don't fall in love with the three. The advantage that you have on this team is your size inside. Skip, why is James Harden guarding Giannis with one leg and wave off help? Why would, if you look at the guys that Giannis is guarding, at some point in time, Skip, I'm not saying you start the game on him, but when you see KD getting it going in the fourth quarter, you say, Bud, I got this. No, because Giannis, for the longest time, Skip, he's been hiding behind, I'm just doing what my coach asked me to do. Damn what the coach asked you to do. You're the defensive player of the year. You're that, not Tuck. And I love Tuck, but Skip, Tuck is undermatched. But no, to answer your question, to make a long story short and a short story long, and I know I was long-winded, I do not believe Kevin Durant, off of that one performance, that Kevin Durant proved he's the best player. Now, I have him 1-2. He and LeBron go back and forth. Now, if he finishes it off this season, because when Kyrie comes back, Skip, we still don't know how healthy he's going to be. We don't know if and when James Harden's hamstring, for a hamstring to be as bad as it was, and that man to play 46 minutes, and y'all don't take advantage of it, Milwaukee, y'all need y'all butt beat. Bud, you in trouble. No, he's not. But he was fantastic yesterday.
So even off what you just saw with your own two eyes, sitting up in your palatial estate in Bel Air, on your couch watching your gigantic television, you still would not say that's the best player on the planet right here, right now.
But I will concede this. I started rooting for him. Even though I wanted the Bucks to win, and I had 3 cases. Skip, you ever been in a situation where you want another team to win, and somebody's doing something special, and you start all of a sudden you find yourself, well, I don't want y'all to win no more because I want him to keep that going. I remember doing that watching Randy Johnson throw the perfect game against the Braves. I wanted the Braves to win, but I realized I was witnessing something special. I realized that I was witnessing something special. Well, damn, y'all Milwaukee. Come on, KD, you get it. I'm mad because he didn't. How he missed that free throw to get 50, Skip?
The only mistake he made all night. Okay. I have told you for years this is the best player on the planet. And you could make a case, and we'll debate this a little later in the show, that he is the greatest scorer in the history of this league.
Yes.
We've also made the case this year that James Harden is the greatest perimeter scorer we've ever seen.
Yes.
But the way Kevin scores, I have never seen anything like, because he's 7 feet tall. He handles it for 7 feet.
Great.
Pretty great.
We've never seen anybody handle the ball
like this.
No, not at that size.
And we've never, ever seen anybody 7 feet tall shoot with the kind of range that he shoots with.
No.
And when he gets his rhythm, as you said, it goes deeper and deeper until it gets silly deep. And after the game, Steve Nash, who's been around a while and seen a lot of greatness, he said it was historic. He said it was ridiculous what he can do, because it's just ridiculous what he can do. And it was his signature night. That's also debatable, because a little later in the show, we're going to talk about his greatest game. I still slightly favor one against the phony GOAT back in 2017 in Game 3 at Cleveland in the NBA Finals, just because it was the finals. But I do agree with your final takeaway. This game is sitting on a platter for all the world to behold, but it now is unfinished business, because let's just say they go on to win the NBA championship, which I'm certainly not ruling out today after what I saw last night. If they could cap it off with the championship, then you would look back at Game 5 of this round of the playoffs and you'd say, that's it.
Right.
Then that game would have much greater magnitude than it had as just a second-round game, right?
Plus, Skip, if it was a closeout game, this was the game, the 4. Or if it was Game 7.
It was a turning point game, but it wasn't the closeout.
It only pushed you up 3-2.
Okay, because obviously Milwaukee could go home and win it, and then they could get their you-know-what together, and they could come back and win Game 7, and I wouldn't be shocked by that either, depending on the health of Harden and Kyrie.
Correct.
Okay, now, here's why last night was so all-time special to me.
It was.
James Harden proved to be a liability last night, and I still can't get it through my head. He played 46 minutes on literally one leg.
He did.
As a complete liability on both ends of the floor. He couldn't score. He finally shot some little runner off the glass. It was midway through the third quarter.
He got the and one.
And he got an and one, and that's it. That's all he got. James Harden was 1 for 10. And can I remind everybody, maybe the greatest perimeter scorer ever, but if we just hark back to 2018, 19, and 20, he led the league in scoring with averages of 30 points and 36 points and 34 points. That guy couldn't sniff a basket last night. That guy couldn't even handle the basketball. When it was in his hands, I was saying, get it out of your hands. Just give it to somebody. Get out of the way. Just go hide in the corner.
Well, how could you see his liability, but Budenholzer in the Bucks couldn't?
I don't know, because on defense, he just hid in the middle of the lane because he's just barely moving. He played, quote unquote, without actually playing basketball.
Exactly.
James Harden last night, seriously, he looked like he hadn't played basketball in 2 or 3 years. Could I please remind everybody, he did play against Boston in the first round, and he played 5 games, and he played like James Harden.
He was...
and he averaged 28, 7, and 11 for